And then he said, get this, he said 10-ounce gloves. He said, no head guards, guaranteed to be a knockout, he said. And they all brought it. I brought it. You brought it. In reality, I think everyone thought there was going to be a knockout. So I'm not, that was just, it was a little bit, there's no one there. Alright guys, what is going on? It's Christian here. I am the leading YouTube fighting specialist. Do you know why? Because I've got one of these in my house. I've clearly used it, as you can see. All of the muscle there. Yeah, clearly used it. So, actually, I wasn't going to make this video. Mental, I know. I wasn't going to make it until yesterday, when Logan Paul released a video saying, I lost. And I thought, yes. He's finally admitting it, we can move on from this. And then I watched the video and he basically said, I didn't lose, I've gone to the commission, I filed it. And now I know people were saying that he was going to do this the whole time, but the reality is, I just thought after the fight, he's going to say stuff about going to the commission because it's after the fight and he wants to hold on to something, and then he'll go back and he'll look at it and the people will tell him, actually, you've not really got a case. But what's happened, once again, and with this whole yes man conspiracy, is that he's gone back 7 days. He's allowed himself. He's come and he thinks he's won. Now, first of all, I want to say Logan Paul does not like me. This clip will show you.
Really jumped the gun on that one. I'll make sure the automatic claim is removed. KSI is still a pussy though, just to clarify. And then there's some haters still that are like, nah mate, when do you learn your lesson? How many chances do you need? Take a second before you react. And so I said, take a second before you suck my ass. It's gonna be suck my dick. I took it easy on you. No, Kristen Sturt. Why don't you sturt my dick, bitch? Bro, like, don't be a dumbass anymore, people. Anyways, yeah, that blew up in my face. And I saw a tweet from a guy. Not another guy. Who is this guy? This is Kristen Sturt's brother.
All the fact that he's blocked me. I want him to watch this though. So Logan, if you're watching, hello, welcome. Subscribe, hit that like button for the best boxing YouTube fighting content on the YouTubes. The reality is, both of them stepping inside the ring, they've got respect. I like JJ, I've gone to war for JJ, I've batted for JJ, his brother doesn't like me. Let's not get into that now, because that is a whole different video. I have spent long enough doing this that I can remove myself from that, and I can explain to you, hopefully in a very simple way, why Logan has no chance of this commission turning it over. And if it happens, I have no idea how. I was so close to saying, Logan Paul, you know what, you've screwed up a lot in the past and some big issues, but there's an arc of redemption for everyone. And then you just proved things that everyone was saying about you, about a whole yes camp around you, and you went to the commission and you said, oh, I don't think I lost, but you did. And the 2-point deduction and the points that you make in your video, they don't make sense. You miss out crucial bits. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're doing this intentionally and you're trying to drag it out for as long as possible, or you genuinely think you won, or what I think is the most likely, you're not sure deep down in your head and your team are saying you should definitely contest it. Shannon Briggs is the only person pushing for a trilogy in this whole thing. Maybe Eddie Hearn and DAZN, they're pushing, maybe, but he's one of the only people pushing for a trilogy. Of course he's going to come to you and say contest it, because if there's a 0.00001% chance that it's going to get given to you, he might be back in work. The reality is, and you say you don't feel like you lost, and I can see where you're coming from, because it wasn't a meme moment. You weren't dropped in the first round. You don't feel like you obviously made a crap ton of money, and you have, you know, your subscriber count went plus 20 million. Things have all come up a bit rosy for you, but you are in danger of memeing yourself here. You're in danger of memeing yourself. You're in danger of coming across as the person that can't just say, JJ, you said it after the fight as well. I thought you were on the right track and your friends were gassing you up, and you were going to say, thanks JJ, we had a great time, you beat me, move on. And I think so many more people would have respected you for that. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into why this won't be overturned, or why it definitely shouldn't be overturned, and I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to break it down. Simple. First, nobody is contesting the points. Basically, what happened with the points card, which I'll put up now is that two judges scored the first 3 rounds 10-9 to JJ. One judge said that the third round, I think, was 9-10 to Logan, but the 5th and 6th round as well, two judges said that it was 10-9 to Logan, but one said it was 10-9 the other way. Nobody's contesting those things. What people are talking about are the 3rd and 4th rounds, and I'm just going to go through it round by round. I'm going to talk about your -2 first, even though it's the 4th round and not the 3rd round. I'm going to talk about that first because that seems to be the main point that everyone's talking about. The reality is the ref had a choice when he saw you throw an illegal shot. He could have warned you, which is what you think should have happened. He could have deducted 1 point, which would have been a majority draw, again, like the first fight. He could have deducted 2 points, which he did, or he could have thrown the fight out because there were 3 illegal shots in the run-up to that. Your video seems to only reference the one where you tapped him on the back of the head on the way down, which I don't think you put too much force into, to be honest. It's an illegal shot, and it's definitely, based on other fights, a point deduction. 100%, that is a 1 point deduction for that shot. I don't think you can contest that. So the best you're hoping to get out of this from your video is a majority draw. But the reality is, your shot, the first shot where you grip behind and throw the uppercut, is the one that puts JJ down. The first shot comes in, what a beautiful uppercut that is. But it's not the uppercut that puts him down, because you can see he's still on his feet. The second swing around is where you grab him behind the neck and then you punch up, and that's the illegal shot. And then you hit him on the way down on the back of the head, and then you further hit him. The thing that you're not talking about and that you're trying to cover up is that you were issued a knockdown in that round. The round was 10-8. You were issued a knockdown in that round for an illegal shot. The shot that puts him down is the illegal shot. You can tell because his legs go from under him when you've got him and you uppercut him. You shouldn't have been issued a point for that. So, the fact that you were issued a point for that, and as the referee has subsequently explained, he wanted to level that round up. So for 3 illegal shots or 2 illegal shots, he's well within his right to deduct 2 points. And then Shannon Briggs is coming in and saying after the fight, oh, you gave him as much time as he wanted to recover. He was allowed 5 minutes, completely free, to stand in his corner and recover from that shot. In actuality, in the 4th round, he got about a minute, maybe a bit more, and he was dazed for the rest of that round. I was watching it live and you could see he was moving. He wasn't all there. Your corner should have told you to go for that and end it there. You could have ended it there. I think you're pissed off really because there's just so many mistakes. If you ended it there, that would have been a whole different type of controversy, but you would have won. They could have contested that potentially and we could be in a whole different situation there. But you don't go for the killer shot, you stay behind the jab. Right, so we're going to go into round 3 here. This would have made that round a 10-8, the 3rd round a 10-8, which would have put JJ in front even more. Right, so as you see, in that 3rd round, the shot is completely legal and your team gives it away. Shannon Briggs is watching that footage back with you and you can hear him as you usually can in the background, and he's given it away for you because he says that on the first shot that JJ throws, slipped and then missed and then didn't connect. I can't remember what it's like, a Batman movie where it comes up pow, and then the 4th, when he actually hits you and you go down and you grab at his legs with a perfectly legal shot, which is here, not the back of the head, it's here, and he hits you with it, he goes silent. He just stands there and looks at it and he pieces out. Your own team is looking at this footage of JJ legitimately knocking you down, which was given as a slip. Remember, your one was given as a knockdown and a legal shot. A completely fair shot was given as a slip to make it a 10-8 round in round 3. Your shot, completely illegal, knocked him down. They cleared up that round by making it an 8-8 round, which was completely legitimate. And the one other point that I want to say, Logan, and the point that you say in your video is, in the history of boxing, 2 points has only been deducted. No, you said that the last time that 2 points was deducted was when Tyson bit Holyfield's ear and chewed it off and spit it out. And you're right, one of the last times that happened was that. And there's a reason you've done that. You've done that very clearly to paint a picture that there's two extremes. You hitting 3 illegal shots and Tyson biting the ear seem very different things, because that second act is barbaric, and you could argue, especially with your first shot, that it was a mistake and the other one was just a rush of blood. Which is what you said yourself, actually. But what you've done there is you've completely overruled the fact that that is 3 illegal shots. And why hasn't this happened before? Why hasn't this happened before? Because when there's one-on-one, 2 professional boxers that have in their first fight, that have had barely any amateur experience, they're going into the ring in front of 4 guys, a dog, a judge, somebody serving hot dogs, and that's it. All right, so it barely gets any press coverage, so you probably wouldn't hear of the 2-point deduction. And not only that, fighters at a professional level, they are not throwing those 3 shots. So I fully respect the fact that you've gone pro for this. You very rarely see a professional fight where both guys have had 0 professional fights. So you're not seeing those type of illegal shots thrown, which is why you're not seeing a 2-point deduction. And on top of that, you got the knockdown. That's why it was cleared. If you weren't issued the knockdown, it would have been a 1-point deduction, and it would have been the same. I'm just ranting now. Guys, I've been Christian. Like the video, as always, no idea what that was. Subscribe for more, get involved in the comments, let me know what you think. I'll talk to everyone in the comments, because that's the type of guy I am. Please don't leave. I've been Christian. As always, have a great day. Bye.
Alright. Yeah, subscribe, I guess. You know what you're doing here. There's the button. YouTube says you'll like this. That's my last one.